One of the biggest problems that overweight and obese people face is ignorance. Most people know that being fat is unhealthy for you, but don't know exactly how it affects the body. They learn to live with the fat, and slowly begin to see it as a harmless bodily organ that just makes them a bit larger than other people. Over time, however, they will soon realize just why doctors and health practitioners alike so ardently insist on the dangers of obesity. Others believe in the old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. These types of people stubbornly refuse to believe that there's nothing wrong about being fat if you don't feel anything wrong in your body, until they finally feel the side effects a few years later. This is exactly why I want you to realize just how dangerous being fat is, even before we begin solving the problems. Heart problems. One of the biggest problems with being fat is the extra strain it adds to the heart. As the heart gets enveloped in fat, it is strained to pump blood faster. It has to work double time in order to deliver the blood all over the body, and this increased pace affects the heart both in the short term and the long term. In the short term, overweight people tend to get tired more easily than those that are less obese. Even running for a couple of minutes is extremely difficult. In the long term, elevated blood pressure levels and other cardiovascular problems plague the individual. Diabetes. High fat levels in the body have also been linked to a high rate of diabetes. The primary trigger for diabetes is an imbalanced diet, but simply being obese already raises the chances of getting type 2 diabetes. Without delving into the technical details, the simplest explanation is that the fats in the body hamper the proper release or processing of insulin. This is especially true for type 2 diabetes, where the body either lacks in natural insulin or becomes resistant to the insulin it produces. Cancer is a silent killer, and one that is aided greatly by obesity. Individuals that are fat usually have a poor diet that already raises the risk of cancer, but simply being fat adds even more risk to an already dangerous situation. This is because the increase in body fat tends to stimulate cancer cells to become rounder, thereby allowing them to spread faster instead of clumping together in one spot. Joint and skeletal weakness. Another problem obese people face is the sheer physical strain their body puts up with. This is especially true for those that live sedentary lives, typing or scribbling away on a desk. The weight of the body weakens the joints and muscles, making the individual more prone to injury as they begin to age. This problem is not that prevalent for younger people, but the damage will be felt as the years begin to pile up. Social stigma. Perhaps the most painful aspect of being overweight is the stigma that comes with it. Being shunned and cast out because of one's size is no laughing matter, especially when it comes to young children. Such social stigma then makes the physical problem of obesity into a psychological one, which compounds the base problems even further. The lack of self-confidence and connection with other people usually creates a savage cycle that destroys the overweight person both inside and out. I don't mean to scare you with this list, but it is essential that you understand just how fat destroys a person's life, in more ways than one. However, knowing the problem is half the battle. All that's left for you is to solve your problem, and I'll help you do just that. The first steps to busting the myth. Before diving straight into the solution, we first have to prepare you to handle the upcoming challenge. Just as a traveler maps out his destination before leaving his home, so too should you map out your journey before you even begin. And it all starts in the mind, except you have a problem. The mere fact that you are reading this is a strong sign that you know you have a problem. This is a vital aspect to any weight loss program, as you will need every ounce of determination you can get to succeed. Refusing to acknowledge your problem with weight will only get you in deeper trouble over time. Accept that you need to change for the better, and you will be well on your way to losing that fat for good. Dedicate yourself to change. This brings us to the next step in the program, a dedication to change. Being overweight or obese is not a problem you can take lying down, so to speak. You are inevitably going to make some changes along the way, and many of these are not going to be enjoyable at first. Once you adapt to these changes, however, you will find yourself feeling stronger and losing weight. Dedicate yourself to change, and you will find weight loss to be a very easy matter to deal with. Realize it will take time. It is very, very possible to lose weight quickly. While we will eventually tackle on how to do this in the short run, it is important to realize that keeping it off for good takes time. Part of the changes you will have to make involves long-term commitment and not just a 1 or 2 week stint if you really want to lose weight. Worry not, however, as time management is one thing we'll discuss later on in the guide. Set ever-increasing goals. Part of any weight loss program is an escalating exertion of effort on your part. As you push your body to the limit, you will soon find it adapting to the pressures it faces. Keep on aiming higher and higher, especially when it comes to exercise, and you will soon find your weight problem to be a thing of the past. Learn to enjoy the process. Remember those lifestyle changes we mentioned 3 paragraphs up? Learning to enjoy these changes in your life is essential to any weight loss program, regardless of intensity. It may take some getting used to, but you can trust me when I say that the whole process of weight loss is not hell on earth. All you need to do is learn to enjoy eating healthy and working out regularly, and you will be able to keep up your body fit for a lifetime.